Hi everybody, how you doing? I'm Pabs, a racing VTuber and an artist, and jeez, it has been a minute, huh? Yeah, sorry I had to cancel stream on Monday. Some circumstances outside of my control happened to make it so that I had to work approximately 4 hours of overtime. I have been working like a dog this week, and I've been cooking last weekend besides. But I think you'll be very satisfied with the results. It's related to the announcement that I'll be putting up later this week, but suffice it to say, I'm satisfied with what it's going to be like. So I hope you all will be pleased with the results as well. Now then, I figured that as a good way to unwind from such a stressful week that we're not even halfway part. Well, no, I guess Wednesday is kind of the halfway point of the week, ain't it? Anyway, to unwind from this stressful week, I decided to do one of the worst things that I can as an artist, which is study. Now, obviously, that's a little joke. You should study as an artist because you want to get better. And I want to get better at drawing backgrounds, which is why I'm going to force myself to do this. Backgrounds are one of those things that I feel like nobody is like super good at. You know, I feel like if you can be good at backgrounds, you can enjoy making backgrounds. I feel like the same people who enjoy making backgrounds are the same people who enjoy like playing like Animal Crossing, right? Or like enjoy like really decorating a place in like video games very meticulously, because I feel like it requires it requires a very different skill set from normal art, because I think, in my opinion at least, it requires you to kind of sympathize with the environment you're trying to make, and that doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. It doesn't come naturally to me, for example. Like, I tend to think of rooms based on their function, and I have like the platonic ideal of like if I'm drawing a kitchen, for example, I'll have like the platonic ideal of a kitchen. Like, it's got to have like a stove, it's got to have like a pots, pans somewhere. You know, maybe a few things. Like, it takes me effort to think about it, but like once I put it out, if you ask me to make another one, it's probably going to look very similar. So I think that's why it's important to try and check out different backgrounds like this. Also, interior backgrounds and exterior backgrounds are completely different beasts as well. This is all to say that I'm going to need to do a lot of studying if I ever hope to get, quote unquote, get good at backgrounds. But it's a good start, you know. The most important step is the first one. Starting something new is so hard, so much harder than it has any reason to be, honestly speaking. Right? Like, is it just me, or is like starting new things way harder? Two things are extremely difficult: starting something and like ending something. Sincerely, those to me are the two most difficult parts of any process: starting something and ending something. Once you finish something, you know, the middle point is a lot of like clawing around. It's a lot of like free form stuff, but you get into a rhythm of it. But once you start needing to like wrap it up or something, it becomes a lot more difficult, in my opinion. You know, that's just what I think. It'll definitely depend on your thing. Anyway, I should probably get to the way that we're going to be doing today, rather than continuing to ramble endlessly. Let me open up the website that we'll be using today as soon as I can find my browser source. There it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this website is called MapCrunch. So if you load up MapCrunch, it'll give you a picture of like a random place on Earth. So I don't know how we're up here. I don't know how this shot was taken. I thought that these would be like street view type shits, but like this is like on a drone or something, which is cool. But yeah, I don't want to try and like use this one because it's so high up in the air, and I'm like, oh my god, the sunset here is beautiful. Anyway, I don't want to use this one because it's so high up. So let's try. You know what the hell? Let's do this one. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be like the street view kind of things that you see here. I should probably set like a timer for this. Where is this? Les Adelines, Poletfiet Vod. That is either the name of this place or that is the name of the person who took this picture. And, you know, either way, my regards to the chef. Mwah, chef's kiss. Alright, so my goal for this is two things. One, I want to get faster at drawing backgrounds. So I think this will be kind of like those figure drawing studies that I did a while back, where I'll have like a timer that tells me when I need to, when my times is up. So what should I try to figure of like what I should focus on, right? Studying without a purpose is all well and good, but it's not as productive as studying with a specific purpose. So I guess that's also another negative thing about this method of just using randomized stuff. It gives you good agility, but not great kind of depth, right? But that's fine considering what do we need it for. So I think 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes we do each one, and then we jump to a new one. All right, 5-minute timer. Let me start that up on my desktop. If I turn on my desktop audio, no, that's not also going to capture the background music, which, yeah, okay, I'll have the timer up, and in approximately 5 minutes, you're going to hear me like yelp or something because I always get surprised by these things. Let's do it. Okay, wait. Right, I'm actually planning to use the millipen for this one. Okay, so first of all, vanishing point. That's something I want to get better at as well. It's like figuring out what the hell a vanishing point is supposed to be. So like in this, that's one thing. That's another thing that this is probably not going to be great for. Is like establishing the vanishing point. It would probably also help if I knew how to do a vanishing point. I don't know how to do that. Hey, Bunny, how you doing? I'm about to be fighting for my life. I'm trying to learn how to draw backgrounds. How's your night going? Okay, so I think first is we make the road. I think the road is going to be the most consistent thing here. Okay. And I already beefed it by making it too curved. You know what? That's fine. Okay, small sign here. Okay. So we want to give the impression that there's like gravel and shit on here. Oh, hell yeah! Cypress, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm Paps, a racing VTuber and artist, and today we're kind of trying to speed draw backgrounds because I want to get better at them. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for your hard work. Let me give you a quick shout out. Shout out. Oh god, that sounds like hell. It's precisely because it's intense like that it's probably going to be helpful. At least I hope so. If nothing else, it'll be entertaining and make for good content as I kind of panic for this. But yeah, congrats. Let's see. Oh wait, my stream elements is working. So wait, so does that mean that my SO command is back? Yes, it is. Oh, thank God. Okay, I've missed that command. It broke down for me a little while back, and I've been meaning to get it fixed because I can't see what people were doing without it. But yeah, how's Splatoon 3? I like Splatoon. I've never played a Splatoon game, period. But I really like the aesthetics of Splatoon. Okay. Oh god, we haven't even gotten to the trees either. This is going to be a real mess. Cephalopods be throwing ink. That they do, that they do. War is hell. Love a Splatoon. Yeah. Bong bong. Ba bong bong bing bong. Or however the hell that song went. Those are the only three things that I know about like Splatoon. The like different like idol characters question mark, and the Baba Bing song, Bing Bing, Bang Bang Bing Bong. Such a fun song, honestly. Oh god, I am really showing just how little. This is not gonna be. Wait, no. Trust the process. Trust the process. This is going to be fine. Each game with their own idol group thing. Yeah. These look a little bit like seaweeds rather than whatever the hell they actually are. I got some kind of fern? Okay. I think what I need to do is to focus on big shapes, right? So there needs to be almost like a centerpiece for all of these guys. And of course, whatever you do with the backgrounds is also informed by the fact that you're going to be drawing most of it, right? So that's what some people don't take into account when like people make beautiful backgrounds, is that like a lot of the time, at least in my experience, backgrounds have been used as a way to like, backgrounds can be a lot of things. Backgrounds are just another tool as an artist that you have, right? And some people use the background to like inform the vibe of a story, right? Or they use it to like show what a character's kind of like position in the world in, right? Like it's like, how like when a character is leaned up against a wall and there's like graffiti behind them? Oh, that's 5 minutes. Yeah, my timer went off. All right, so let's see what we've got on this first one. You know what? I think if we really focus up on this next one, I think it's going to turn out a lot better. I think this is definitely like solid. We need more emphasis on the shapes. Yeah, doable. Yeah. Let's just stuff these guys into a folder, shut that folder off, and then start the cycle anew, I suppose. All right, let's pop the web browser back up. I gotta say, like, what is 5-minute timer slime maze? What's going on there, huh? I don't want to know, but I'm curious. It's like when like somebody tells you something that you want to ask questions about, but you'd be better off not asking. The slime maze. Yeah, the slime maze. We've all seen it. Yeah, when a warlock traps me in the slime maze, and the bald. Wait, no, I was about to say the bald warlock, but then that would imply that the warlock is the guy in the slime maze. Maybe he likes it in there. Maybe that's why he made the slime maze. Like, its defense as a means of personal vengeance was secondary to the fact that he's just a dude who loves being inside the slime maze. The slime maze is his home, yeah. It's like an ogre swamp, even. He's mad that you intruded in his territory. My man has been like, really like. What they don't tell you about slime wizards, and what's really critical in keeping one as a pet, if that's your intention, is that you do need to supply them with like substrate for the glitter. Not the glitter, substrate for the maze, right? For their slime maze. Like, they'll make the slime maze. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Like, they'll make the slime maze, but you also need to put in the effort to make sure that they have the materials they need. It's like when you put a little twig inside the glitters for clowns. Oh, yeah, that's a common misconception. You see, clowns and slime wizards are actually almost like a cousin species, if you think about it. Like what's good for one is generally good for the other, with some key differences when it comes to, for example, bedding. Clowns are known to enjoy. Oh, this is the wrong layer. Clowns are known to enjoy, a big top tent as their establishment, and they will make cotton candy cocoons within that sucker, and eventually spawn into their beautiful pupated state. But slime wizards, on the other hand, they will not ever kind of go into that metamorphosis, and they will instead. Can I level with you guys? This bit sucks. Like, this is not funny. All right. You keep going? No, thank you. I don't want to keep going. I don't want to see the kind of dark reality we make up. This isn't me just saying, like, I can't keep doing this bit. I could definitely keep doing this bit. It just sucks, and I don't want to do it. These working conditions are untenable. Listen, you gotta know when to fold it. committing to the bit is all well and good, but you can't commit to every bit. That's like getting married to every single person you date. Certainly it's possible, but it's gonna be a lot of emotional torment on your part. All right, let's see. Okay, there's this. Okay, more ferns here. Let's ignore the cars for the sake of this. Okay, big shapes, big shapes. We gotta focus on the big shapes. I completely misaimed the line here, which is fine. Yeah, I'm also using a millipen not because it's my primary style or anything, but because I think it's just going to be again, the idea of this is to block out big shapes. You know, that now that I've kind of like gone through that first one, they say you can't understand the meaning of something until it's over. I think that's also true for these studies. I think that now that I've done that very first one, I can understand that like coming up with these like large shapes is going to be the key. Okay. Why is this one like so square though? That is like a very square looking fern. Okay, next time we roll the gotcha though, I am going to try and get like a populated place and not just a highway because again, diversity here. That's what we need. All right, big mountains in the background too. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that I picked these street view ones because it gives a very good and consistent sense of like that vanishing point. And I think like for me that kind of like neatness is necessary because I'm just like starting out learning how to do backgrounds freehand. I mean you could do backgrounds freehand, but like there is like a process to it, right? There's like a unless you're some kind of like massive brain genius, there has to be some kind of procedure that you follow, I imagine. And I'm going to try and, whether that's one that you figure out for yourself or one that somebody else teaches you. And my goal is to kind of find that for myself. What is that kind of like procedure for myself? Why is there a bump right here? That should not be there. I feel like I can almost see like another like electrical tower right here. Like you can see the beginnings of one, right? God, I remember one time I played VR chat with my friends. Oh, that's time. All right, how'd I do? Okay, you know what? That's much better than the first time. I reckon that's a little bit better. We're still missing quite a few things, but I think if we maintain our focus on what's important and the big shapes, we're going to get faster and better. Let's see. This is fun. It's kind of like how you guys know that trick where like you and I'm gonna try and do it with my drawing tablet here. I don't know if my hand's too big for it, but you know that trick where like you can make a outline of your hand. But yeah, it is cool how like you can just like okay, hang on. Oh, this is not meant to be done with a drawing tablet. Anyway, there is this trick you can do where you draw an outline of your hand. And then you like draw bumps over like the different parts of it to make it look 3D. And I did that a couple times as a kid, and it was so much fun. It's stuff like that where like you need to trust the process a little bit, and it'll turn out great. But establishing that faith and that trust is something of a it's quite a fight. Okay. Ooh, I kind of like this place. All right, hang on. Whoa. Okay, these are not the same places. All right, take a step back. Wait, no, this is the same place. Okay, that is super weird though. I forgot that these are usually like, yeah, very rural places. But I forgot that you can't like go into like the path right here, right? Or you're just gonna get a face full of fern. And if you, that's somebody's like private domicile, so I shouldn't be trying to peek either. Oh, actually, hang on. All right, you know what? Okay, we only have two settings on this zoom. So I'm gonna try and like capture this like image rich place. Image rich. It's just I don't know why image rich was the best term I could come up for this. Like texture rich. I think that's probably the one that I'm thinking of. You know, a lot of I remember, you know, there is that term mouthfeel, right? Like when it comes to like culinary stuff, there's a term called like mouthfeel, which just means like the texture of the food in your mouth, which feels unnecessary when the word texture is right there. But like when you say texture, you know, being who I am, I see a lot of like the word texture around here, and it's usually like sandpaper and everything. So I am glad there's a way to distinguish, you know, texture as in the material and texture as in like the feel of it. Anyway, 5 minutes are on. Let us get started. Okay, so vanishing point. Gonna say, hmm, kind of over here. Okay. This stick that's just kind of sticking out of the ground for no reason. I guess you could say that it's like a post. It, I don't know why people like put sticks up like that in random places. Don't get me wrong. I think it's nice, and it makes me feel like more. Everyone needs a good post. Yeah. You know, us city slickers are posting on our mobile phones. If you want to post out in the countryside, this is how you need to do it. Yeah, posting on our phones all day. We should be posting sticks in the ground. Hashtag life wisdom. I could see that being like a friggin' I was about to say like a fencer thing, but like fencer is not the word for somebody who puts up fences. I think that's just like a normal ass builder guy. Okay, but yeah, lots of rocks here. Instead of posting, you should be post building. Yeah, that take it to the bank. Cypress has got it. That's our logo. Put it on the shirts. We're gonna get this post building school off the ground if it kills us. Yeah, one of these days I'm just gonna vanish to become like a deep sea fisherman, and like I'm gonna be like I'm at the stream. I just didn't say which one. All right, let's see here. God, it has been a while since I've actually like been near a smaller body of water. Like I live close to the ocean, right? And as somebody who was born in like a coastal city, I need that. But I feel like it's been a while since I've just been like near a like lake or creek. To be fair, most of those things are rather far away from where I live, so it's understandable. But you know, I miss them. I'm allowed to miss them. Cannot wait for it to like be above -10 degrees Celsius again. Yeah. I think the useful thing about rocks stacked up like this is that there is a lot of negative space you can use. All right, I'm getting lost in the weeds again. Okay, to pun 100% intended. Gotta gotta be more judicious of the usage of my time. Okay, then. Hmm. I'm starting to worry that these flowers don't look like anything, but that's fine. Again, big shapes, big shapes. God, I hope that just looks like absolutely nothing when the timer's up. Listen, we got. I like to joke around, but we do need I do need some content to be on brand as a goofster. So I do hope that at least one of these looks like some kind of fucked up Escher Dolly painting. Escher Dolly, who was definitely a real dude and not just a guy that I accidentally came up with when I tried to mix the names of MC Escher and Salvador Dali. Combining them like DBZ. Yeah. Escher Dolly is like it's like with the fusion dance, but with the Botara earrings. It would be MC Salvador, which honestly is a very hardcore name. Let's see. Oh. Okay, I didn't quite get all the rocks. Okay, that is time. Let's see how we did. Okay, I definitely need to have emphasized the gap here a little bit more. Like, I need to emphasize the fact that this was like foreground and background. So I think I could have done that by maybe like shading it in a little bit more and emphasizing more the fact that like these trees are like further back. But yeah, if you like take a look at it from a glance, you can see the picture, but you can't see it. Like the houses turned out good. The plant life could use some work. All right, round 3, I guess. Where is the web browser source? Here we go. All right, hit me. Dude, I love the blue of this water. That is such a nice blue. Ah, look at that. Let's follow this car a little bit. Hang on. That is such a nice blue. Like, again, why is this road so thin? I'm guessing that's a little bit of perspective, but it does seem to be like a 2-laner. So I guess I know where this is from. I guess I know where we are now. This is not a paid. This is not a paid. Go to Peru. Also, this is the only. We can't go further or back. We're stuck. Well, this is it. This is all that there is of Bermuda. You need to stand on top of this car and then let the next guy go in line. I did promise that I'd try to get like a city place. Let's see. Bermuda Triangle is right there, and if you go into the satellite image, it goes dark. Oh god. Okay, it's. I think I might need to reload the page. Hang on. Al-Daid Sharjah. Look at that. Some bricks. A nice big empty plot. I like how you can sometimes the car is just like there, and sometimes it's like this ghost image. Ooh, I kind of like those houses though. I said that we'd get like an urban shot, but I kind of like these half-built houses as like. Why is this like all blurred out? Oh, it was probably to protect the identity of those two people there. Okay, let's get a shot of this because I actually really like how this place looks. All right. Get him in there. Okay. Timer. Right. I need a timer. All right, we got 5 minutes on the clock. Let's go. I do think that establishing like that vanishing point is going to be a lot more helpful. Hmm. As I kind of like got more experience with it. To be fair, I've had a little bit of experience with like Clip Studio Paint. Like another reason that I really like Clip Studio Paint is because it creates. You can create basically a perspective map using a 3D model, which basically means that if you want to just draw a background, you need with a person in it, you just need to plop in the person and then you can plop in the background, which works really well for me because, you know, I like thinking of like the poses first and then like where they are. If you've been to like one of my like fan art streams or like one of my illustration streams, you know that that's kind of like what I do usually is that I figure out like what I'm drawing, who I'm drawing, what the pose is, and then usually some kind of like weird wavy background. If it is like if it has like a background at all. Okay. Dude, we need to have more like wooden houses like this just around as like just as like public spaces, I think, because I used to live in a place that had like a few pagodas like lying around. They just had like these like gazebo pagoda things just lying around. And they were like made out of wood. They were made out of solid wood. And the smell inside of those things was like you could smell like the age of the wood and in like a very good way. I don't know how to put it. Like if you know, you know, but like if you've ever been inside like an old gazebo and you can kind of like smell the age of the wood, you know that's the good shit. Okay, getting lost in details again. I do wonder how like people who draw backgrounds. I was about to say draw backgrounds professionally, but people draw generally a lot of things professionally, not just a background. I do wonder like if they start big and then go small. I do imagine that it's got to have a few differences between each person from person to person. But I do wonder if there is like an overall best method. I need to study Andrew Loomis. That's what I need to do one of these days. That old bastard is on like every single, not to put disrespect on the man's name, but that old bastard is on every single like art student must have list for some reason, and I need to figure out why. I need to like squeeze some of his secrets. I need to understand what's going on in that old dude's head. First of all, the fact that like the books that he published in like the 50s are still holding up to this day needs to tell you something. But also like I don't know what's in the books, and it makes me mad because like I remember my parents actually got me some copies of like fun with a pencil and whatever because they saw that I like liked art and they tried to do that for me, which I'm very grateful for. But I didn't take that opportunity, and that still makes me mad to this day. Are these supposed to be doors? He established most modern art learning philosophy. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, I need to draw this other house in the background. I'm gonna avoid focusing on what's in the houses. I'm just gonna draw the basic frames, and then I'm gonna focus on like the other parts of the background. Yeah, just a small little thing. Yeah, no, it's he only squeaked through by building most of modern art learning philosophy. Rest in peace, Andrew Loomis. You would have loved art YouTube, or probably not. He might have hated it. Rest in peace, Andrew Loomis. You would have been a great VTuber. Thanks, good bit. Yeah, clip it and ship it. That one's done. You know, there was a thesis, build upon something to build upon the thesis, and a solid execution. Yeah, that's a solid 3 act structure bid right there. Oh, and we're just about out of time. But I want to do a little bit more. I want to do a little bit more. This one's so much fun. I want to do a little bit more. Like, look, you don't get to see houses being built this way very often. Or at all if you're drawing it like I am. All right. Good stuff. I think. Hang on. Let me undo the browser source here. I think. All right. Let's turn the background back on. Okay. So no ground. That's something that I need to do. I need to give everything a shape, and I need to give everything ground to stand on, so to speak. I think those are the two big things that I've taken away so far. So let me actually like. Hang on. I got an idea. I'm gonna add a third thing. A secret third thing, a secret third layer. I'm gonna be like, okay. Why is this impact? Who writes with impact outside of memes? Where's my I have a font that I bought from like a Humble Bundle a long time ago called the Civic that I really like. Okay, so focus on big shapes. Give everything ground. Okay, that's gonna be my little notepad right there. I get uncomfortable if I don't have something to write down notes on. I feel like I'll forget everything. I'm the same way at like my workplace and like just in general. I feel like if I don't, even if I have like a digital one. Oh, this is a lovely little neighborhood. Dear God. Look at all that corn. What? Hold up. What is with this? Like, just a cluster of trees. Yeah, that's the big corn. You know, we got the little corn right here. That's the big corn. They're growing types of corns you've never seen in Flanders. All right. Let's try to get a proper city bit. All right. All right, I like this one. I like this angle. What is it? Rautas. Okay, Rauta Tiesema. Apparently, this. I remember where I grew up. There was just like this one house that had an entire barriers of streets around it, completely separate from everything else. Oh, actually, you know what? I do think I know what those are. I remember that they that like barriers like that are for wind. Like if you have like a lot of wind in an area, apparently if you build up barriers made of trees around at your house, it makes it less likely for the house itself to get damaged. I remember that's a thing. So I don't know why they just had it on one side though. Maybe it was like weirdly surrounding it. But yeah, I know that it's supposed to be a wind barrier. So maybe that's what that was, but like maybe the other trees weren't quite done growing yet. Maybe they could only afford one side of the wind barrier. Man, I'm so broke I can't even afford all the trees for my wind barrier. The harsh winter colds are for sure gonna take my crop this year, bro. Protecting this one spot specifically. That is the world's most fortified chicken coop. Everything else is fine, yeah. It's just protecting like one very important chicken coop. Alright. Run the clock back. We got 5 minutes. Let's do it. Okay, vanishing point. Gotta protect the chickens. Exactly. I mean, eggs are so expensive these days. You'd be a fool not to. Weirdly enough, I do also think that like gold is supposedly at an all-time decline. So, you know, golden eggs might actually be worth less than actual eggs. Which is frankly hilarious and a little bit terrifying. Okay, big shapes, big shapes. Okay, so that's not how a curve goes. Okay, there we go. Horrible time, horrible time to be a dude who has a goose that lays golden eggs. Make gold edible. Huh. You know, you make sense. Gold's been just sitting around looking pretty all the time. We need to, and you know, being a useful conductor, I think it's like very useful in electronics. So, you know, if it's not sitting on its ass inside of a Samsung, or if it's just being in jewelry, we should figure out a way to just eat it. You know, Forget turning lead into gold. How do we turn gold into a marketable bite-sized snack to grab? It's a mineral. Salt is a mineral. We can figure this out. Yeah, exactly. You know, maybe a certain amount of gold is healthy for you, even. Ingesting a certain quantity of it. How we figured out how to eat bismuth and Pepto-Bismol. Look how that turned out. Now I got one of the world's most powerful antacids. So reverse alchemy, basically. Yeah, that's right, Cage. Are there those like dumb rich people meals where they could put gold flakes on stuff? Yeah, there are. Yeah. Honestly, if I did have like one food-based power, I just like it. I'd just like to be able to turn like normal beef into beef jerky. I feel like I've earned it. Do you? It's so bullshit how expensive freaking. I was about to say Jack Daniels. That's not the name of the friggin' what do you call beef jerky brand? Jack Links, I think, is the one. Yeah, Jack Links is the name of the beef jerky brand. I cannot for the life of me tell if it's just a freestanding thing or if it's just supporting it as a pillar. I think it's just a freestanding thing. Slim Jims. Ugh, no, those are not. Like, listen, the Jack Link stuff isn't technically beef jerky. It's just smoked meat, right? It's just smoked meat. It's meat that's flavored and has has been smoked. The power to instantly dry and season anything. Yeah, I could turn anybody I want into a mummy, basically, but like, I just use it for beef jerky because I'm normal. I'm too well adjusted to be a supervillain. You know, that's been my one regret. I'm too like normal core to ever have like a villain arc. I'm just gonna become like a slightly more of a douchebag. As normal as a bag of rice can be. I'm the most normal man in the entire East and West Coast. From toe to tip, from pole to pole, I am the most normal man on Earth. It's been empirically evidenced and everything. I've got papers. I got papers, big papers, normal papers. All right. Anyway, I really should hurry. I think I'm going to run on that clock very soon. All right. Then over here. My superpower is being normal. My superpower is being able to file my taxes like a normal person. I have an accounting degree, so that is actually my superpower. Actually, it's the first time I've had to file taxes because I haven't had like a proper job before this, right? Like last year was the first year I've had like a proper job. Yeah, normal Pokemon be like if I was a guy in Pokemon, I would just straight up be Larry. Larry if his head was rice. And also had a sun themed thing going on in the background. I am also an office worker, so that's also that is also like another Larry point that I have. My Larry core tally slowly ticking upwards, like a reverse hourglass. All right, let's see how we did. That is time. So let's see how we did. Larry is actually my human soda. I have a human soda is the thing. Hang on. Do I have that guy lying around? Do I have my meat flesh version hanging around? Surely I must. Oh yeah, here he is. Yeah, this guy. I used to be an office worker, and after 3 years of it, the monotony got to me. Yeah, that's the benefit of my job is that it's not monotonous. I get sent on like a different thing every few months or so. It just like gets hard sometimes. You know, you never quite adjust because it's always something fucking new, but it is better than I think I think it is preferable to monotony for sure. So I am blessed in that regard. But yeah, we shake hands in being office workers. Or having office worker experience. Technically, I still am, but I can thankfully just work from home and work with their weird scientist stuff. Oh, that sounds rad as hell. Yeah, I also have permission to work from home like a lot of the time, and these days I've been taking advantage of it quite a bit. To be fair, I basically went to the office every single day before, January. So I think it evens out. I'm allowed to spend half the year here and half the year at the office. But yeah, you know what? I feel like I definitely focused too much on this area over here. I should have focused on the bigger picture again. You work with the scientists who make the maze slime. Yeah. God. Yeah. Look into this man's eyes and tell me that this is not a horror made by humanity. Look at him. He's seeing his life flash before his eyes as the goop overtakes him. He's not having fun in there. Do you guys want to go into the maze slime, in the slime maze, just for a little bit, just to see what's going on in there? Do you guys want to see what's going on? Alright, listen. I'm going to close my web browser source real quick so I can open up this YouTube video. And just, first of all, put it in theater mode so y'all can't see my recommendeds. Oh, God. Okay. Here we fucking go. Alright. Alright. Hold the music. Hold the music. Alright, y'all ready for this? I'm not sure I am. I don't feel ready. Oh, I should probably... Maybe I shouldn't, like, have the music on. Oh my god. Oh, would you look at that? My god. It's like a... What is this? I think it's like a fucked up hourglass is what it is. This is a Bioshock minigame. Green gooey slime. It's falling on your head, but first it's making a satisfying journey through the pipe maze. The perfect 5-minute timer with relaxing music and slime ASMR sounds for your classroom, workout, or event. Event? Homie, this is the Bioshock hacking minigame. You do not want this at your event. This is the event. All right, we congregate here once every blue moon. When the blue moon is full and the first sapling of the year arises, we congregate before the slime maze. This is the event, homeboy. You're looking at it. Oh my god, just look at that. Wait. How's it gonna go back up? Oh, I see. Okay, so it's gonna do a little twisty here. Okay. Oh. Nickelodeon executives be like, this is straight up a jigsaw trap for Nickelodeon executives. That's what this is. Alright, you know what we gotta do though? 5 minutes is a good amount of time. But let's do this in like Nightcore speed. Okay, we go through the little loop-de-loop. Yes, okay. Oh, this is gonna be good. If you can't finish the slime maze, they feed you to SpongeBob. He has, yeah, recently Krabby Patties haven't been enough. He does yearn for human flesh now. Yeah. Oh, now this is the absolute highlight of it. The upside down thing. I don't know if this... Given the viscosity of the slime, I do have to wonder if it is, like, suction causing this? Like... Right? Like, this can't be... The way that the slime is moving doesn't imply... It implies a form of siphon, if nothing else, right? It's not like... Like, if it was, like, normal, I feel... Has to be suction. Gotta be suction. The dude down there at the bottom, underneath the slime, is sucking for his life at this very moment as we speak. Slime is powered by some sort of force. I think so too. I think it must be a combination of it. A beautiful dance of mutual destruction, if you will. Alright, we got the normal little zigzag, a little bit of a cooldown almost before the big finale. Oh, very abacus shape. Classic thing. Man's got the lungs of an Olympian runner. Yeah, that slime isn't gonna move itself, Lord knows. God, that was. I don't even know what to call that. I don't think I'm the same man as I was 3 minutes ago when I started that video. I don't think. Yeah, we survived the slime maze, but at what cost is the thing? Yeah, exactly. God, the state of it all. Let's go back to drawing backgrounds. That was normal. I regret not drawing more backgrounds. Yeah, let's go back to like having the live stream. I keep expecting us to get closer to this truck, but it's not happening. And I think that makes sense because you shouldn't drive too close to trucks like this. Anyway, we should try to find another cityscape. Oh, this is a good one. Where? Oh, Banui! Oh my god, it's a petting zoo! Oh, that's adorable. Oh, come on now. This is precious. Come on now. Look at that. Look at this little guy. Come on. Come on, tell me your heart ain't melting. Oh, look, this one's even posing for a picture. Look at him. This is a good ass image. There's no. All right. So I think this is the one with the best like vantage point, the maximum Benuiage. All right, let me see if I can't take a screenshot of this real quick. Okay, flip that back down to the Clip Studio Paint. Keep forgetting the name of this application, which I shouldn't. I've been using it for a few years now. And it seemed to have copied and pasted the folder. That's fine. Let me just open up Screen Snip. Oh god. What? Oh god. I think I might have accidentally peeled Clip Studio Paint. I don't see my tools or the layers. This is probably like the optimal way if you're streaming. But the thing is, I like people being able to see like the toggles and stuff that I'm working with. Oh, I see. I just peeled away most of it. Okay. I like people to see like what layers and shit that I'm working with because I just feel like it, you know, if I don't imagine anybody's using this to learn art, but if they are, or if they're just curious about how I did something, they could just like look at it. Granted, a live stream might not be the best place for that sort of thing, but you got to take what you can, right? I was supposed to set a timer. All right, 5 minutes on the clock. Let's do it. Yeah, always fun to see the process. Yeah, I think that is something, right? Like, I feel like, you know, the reason that you want to have like something happening on screen at all times, I like to think that I have like a relatively chill atmosphere, right? Like, I didn't mean to cultivate that. It just kind of happened on accident. Like, that's just kind of like the brand that I've built for myself. So it's not good to have like too much stuff happening at once. But I do think that it is good to have like stuff happening on screen more or less constantly because, hang on, and let me make the vanishing point over here. Like, I do feel like it's a good thing to have like stuff happening on screen more or less constantly because, not because people have like lower attention spans or anything, but because it just like looks, it's more engaging. Yeah. I mean, you could blame it on low attention spans, but I don't think that's true. I don't think that that's necessarily like fair to people. Like, you can have a good attention span and still like have unengaging content, right? Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's good to have stuff moving on screen, which is why I imagine that, like, you know, more big shots out there, people with like, you know, more better puppetry skills or more advanced like camera setups and everything. They like bounce around all the time just to get like have something right to like look at that's moving. I think that's important. Yeah, there was that clip going around the other day of like that whale girl talking about her, like the way that she like moves the model around, and I found that to be super fascinating. And I think that it's kind of related. Yeah, giving my tail jiggle physics exactly. Yeah, that's why I gave the Rice Beast model that I bring on screen sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Say hi, Rice Beast. Yeah, that's why I made him so wobbly like that, so that that sort of thing would be captured as well. Again, too much of it is also no good, right? But it's good to have like at least a few things on screen that you can kind of focus on. I imagine that for the most part, when people are talking or streaming, people focus on the actual content that they're streaming, right? Like they're focusing on the game they're playing or the or whatever they're drawing. In my case, okay, big shapes, big shapes. Remember, buddy, big shapes. The problem is that there's so many sticks in this one. But yeah, being able to maintain that movement and being conscious of that movement, I think is another kind of skill related to like I was about to say piloting a model about like I guess that is a way of saying it, right? Like I always think of like VTubing as like puppeting, right? Like like sometimes I think of like my own model as like a puppet or like puppeteering, commandeering, dressage. I don't know what would be the correct verb, so to speak. I like piloting. That makes it sound like I'm in a mech. Let's see. It's every hot-blooded young man's dream to one day pilot a giant robot with no repercussions whatsoever about the military-industrial complex. Like literally, my dream is to just be the guy going like, "Wow, cool robot," on in that one image. Every VTuber is training to pilot a mech correctly. Collapse. That's like Jaeger compatibility training. Let's see. God, remember I can't. I don't know. Did they make a Pacific Rim 2? Did they ever make Pacific Rim 2? Was that Pacific Rim 2 a thing that I needed to like know about? I remember Pacific Rim 1. Everyone remembers Pacific Rim 1. Also Real Steel. They did. It was bad. Ah, fuck. Can't be helped, I guess. I think they did. Oy. And it was bad, huh? Jeez. Yo, this person straight up brought a chair to sit down on at the rabbit park. You hate to see it. Truly, you do. Well, even if it does suck, right? Like the concept of like Jaeger compatibility and all that still sticks with us. All right, that is time, by the way, and that's good because I don't know how I was about to add more like detail to this without including the rabbits. They were ready for the rabbit park, exactly. The rabbit park, a lot of people don't tell you this about the rabbit park, but the rabbit park is a test of endurance, will, and spirit. A chair is the least you should bring. A towel, food, rations, water, maybe a machete. Not for the rabbits, but like for the other people. I never go to a petting zoo without my trusty K bar at my side. Again, not for the animals. Absolutely not for the animals. Okay, how many of these? Wait. Okay, I need to be careful that I don't accidentally erase any of these. Because I feel like if I have to, the thing is right because of the way that Clip Studio Paint works, you can invisibilize. You can banish specific layers and you can vanish entire folders, but you need to be aware that if you vanish the entire layers within the folder will not show that. Anyway, we should pick another. How are we for time? We can do a couple more. I think we can do a few more. All right. I'm going to take a quick sip of water too. My Where the super fuck is this? Mercury? Go, girl, give us nothing. I do. This reminds me of that one place in like Bolivia that, like the Uyuni salt flats that are like the flattest place on Earth. A bowling pin? Oh no, that's just like a normal. Okay, that's just like a normal road marker. But that shit looks like a bowling pin, right? Like, what if like you see like another one in the distance and like it's just a bunch of bowling pins, but like really far apart? My guess is either Alaska or Russia. Yeah, that place was like doof, so it probably was Russia. Yeah, out in desolation. Yeah, a game you can't even comprehend. You couldn't hope to comprehend. You know what? I kind of like. Let's try another one. Oh, this is South Korea apparently. Yeah, the sidewalks reminded me of a place where I used to live, but this is definitely not it. Let's write the mechanism for a little bit. Let's keep trying to look for urban areas. Keep testing our luck. It was so dark for a few seconds there that I was like, okay, should I start to get worried that we're in the void now? Oh, look, that's a lovely cloud over there. This just has some Chinese name. Turns out most of the world is pretty big and empty. What? Could have fooled me. Oh, here we fucking go. Decentralized administration of Thessaly in central Greece. Oh, so we're in Greece, huh? Yo. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad that we got to see this place. Ah, oh, dude, with the crappy skate park and everything, this place rules. Wait, what's that truck say? Oh, the brand's taken out, but hang on, let's see if we can't get a closer look at that sweet graffiti. Oh yeah. Shittiest escape ride I've ever seen. That legit looks dangerous. Like that has like holes in it and shit, right? Like that looks like it's got a big hole in the middle of it. What's on the other side of this thing? I kind of want to see what other stuff is in here. Dude, this rules. Oh, we got a little ghoulie over here. God. Graffiti. They blurred out this dude's face. AOT. I'm guessing AOT must be the name of the artist or something. Or just like a local place. They've got something like that near where I live too. It thinks it's a real person. I mean, it could be. This could very easily be a memorial of some kind. Yeah, I like looking at the graffiti in like other languages. Okay, now that's a charming fella over there. What else is in this neighborhood? You know, I know that like my man got the Wikipedia logo wall style. Honestly, this place looks like a pretty nice place to live. You know, it doesn't look too humid. Obviously, got some good walkability on there. The calculator building. Yeah. Square up with me outside the fucking Rosetta Stone wall. No, that's not okay. Rosetta Stone wall. That one could have used some more time in the oven. Okay, let's see what's kind of over on this side. I feel like we'll get a much better populated area look. Yo, oh man, you just know this dude puts it down on the grill. Thomas Cantina. Like, you know, my man Thomas is out there making the illest kebabs you've ever eaten in your entire life. Listen, it's risky, but unless the place looks like it's gonna give you like a stomach infection, yeah, the greasiest, tastiest meats on the block. Exactly. Like, you know that if a place looks like it's gonna fail health inspection, like it's just gonna whip ass. Hey man, bro looks so lost. Yeah, hey dude. Hmm. Yeah, he's just chilling. I respect that. AOT, there it is again. Is that just like the equivalent of the fuck word in English? Okay, no, there's AEK, so we're getting some variance here. Hmm. For a second, I thought this was like almost like a Sonic the Hedgehog type face. You know how it is in the decentralized administration of Thessaly in central Greece? I feel bad zooming in on people, actually. I'm not going to do that anymore. We had a pretty good vantage point back where that other dude was. Wait, no, hang on. One last thing. You can see him. You can see bro like walking out the building and like being like, what the fuck is that at the truck? He's like, bro was flabbergasted. Alright, that's the last time I'm zooming in on someone, I promise. Okay. This looks like a good one. Oh. Alright. Oh, there's the screen snip. I didn't know about screen snip before I started working where I currently work. The people at my workplace taught me about screen snip. If you're not familiar with screen snip, if you press the Windows key, Shift, and S at the same time, it allows you to take a quick screenshot of whatever you have on your screen. Hence the name. And you know, a lot of people probably knew that already. I did not use a Windows computer on account of like the fact that mine was like mandated by my school until like university. And at that point, it already had still like enough of a useful life that I wasn't like going to just replace for a new computer right away. Yeah, using screen snip is so useful. So useful that I forgot that you can like when I was playing Valhalla not a long time ago. When was that? November? Sometime around November, I think. But yeah, when I was playing Valhalla, I forgot that you could take screenshots of stuff on Steam. Like, that's how useful it was. I forgot that screen just lets you take screenshots with F12. Okay, big shapes, buddy. I like how now I'm just telling myself big shapes, like the way someone might tell somebody to take like deep breaths. Got a barrel in the middle of the street, just chilling. Some manner of tankard or container. Dun 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 dun. Anyway, what was I talking about? Held message for recent disability? Man, you know how like when like adults will say a bad word, like when you were a kid and an adult would say a bad word and you didn't know what it meant and you weren't really interested in it until they were like, "Oop, don't repeat that word," and then you're like super interested in it. It's not even like that, but like I didn't even know that was a slur before. Fucking oops, this is the wrong layer. Apparently, that's a slur for disability, which I didn't know about before this. Yeah. Hang on, I gotta reset the timer because that threw me off really badly. Also, I've been drawing on the wrong layer, but yeah, like I didn't know that was a slur before Stream Elements told me. Among from now on, yeah. That reminds me of a story that I've told. It. I think I've told it before on this channel. When I was very young and still first learning English for the first time, English is not my first language, believe it or not. My first language is Spanish. Anyway, when I was learning English for the first time, I was very excited to learn English. I loved my English lessons, and I loved using new words that I learned in different contexts, right? And I just learned, and very recently one day, I learned the word fact, as in like, a factoid or something that is true. But, my infantile 7-year-old brain took it to mean like something, it's like you can use it in the same context as like, really, like, yeah, that's a fact, or like, as in like, that's really something or other, right? So I had that idea in my head. So then I tripped on the playground. I was like, ow, my fact face. And every teacher in the vicinity immediately whipped their heads around to yell at me because I didn't know what that sounded like. I didn't know that was a bad word. And I didn't know that. And they were just like, you know what you did. And I'm like, literally, I fucking don't. God, that's like one of those memories that stays with you. No matter how old I get, I think I'm going to remember that one. I don't even think there's a moral to this story. I guess it's one, don't be a know-it-all, and two, don't pick on the 7-year-old Latino boy who doesn't know English. But yeah, that's a fun little story from my childhood. Yeah, there was at that same school is the first time I got winded. I tried to catch like a rugby ball that some kids were throwing around, and I caught it, but I caught it like square in the chest, and it just completely winded me, and I thought I was dying. So many memories from that place. A weirdly high number of them about me completely eating shit on the pavement, but that happens when you're a kid. You gotta get your eat shit on the pavement phase of your life, kind of over and done with while you're still young. Otherwise, it's just gonna be, it's just not good for your health when you're older. You're not gonna be as spry as you used to be. But that's what happens when you have no concept of safety or self-preservation. True that. Yeah, young Paps had no idea what like safety was. I've always been a very cautious person, but that's only when like I understand the consequences of stuff, right? Like I'm very cautious if I like understand the consequences of what will happen if it goes wrong. If I don't understand the consequences, then I will be fucking weeball every day of the week, 24/7. Okay, big shapes. Yeah, no, it is really good that you heal fast when you're young. You got that mutant healing factor. I remember there was a phase in my life when I just lost a tooth every week or so because it just kept falling out and I didn't feel anything. If I lost a tooth now that often, I would be so mad. Even if it grew back. And before any sharks hop online saying, "Look at this loser who can't grow back teeth," I can grow back teeth. It's just annoying. 12-year-old me thought it was the smart idea to use the Sphinx to go as high as I possibly could and jump at the apex of the arc. I felt like 30 feet and broke my arm. Jeez. Yeah. I still haven't, for all the dumb shit I did, I still never broke a bone. Which is probably for the best. I hear that sucks ass, breaking a bone. My brother broke his arm one time. Thankfully he did it so I never would have to. Yeah. Again, weird that I've never broken a bone for someone who has done as many reckless things as I have. I feel like the reckless things that I get up to is the stuff where, like, if it goes wrong, you are not going to break a bone. You will just straight up die, which is why I'm still here and fine. Like, I feel like there's a very distinct difference between, like, if you fuck up, if you beef this, you're going to, lose a tooth, and if you beef this, you will be in the obituaries. And I have been flirting with that line since a young age. Anyway, that is time. So let's see how far we got. All right, so I'm thinking we needed to define this. I'm gonna like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna like add stuff that I've added after the fact in red. Oh no, I left out the Among Us. Among Us. I do appreciate Among Us for Andala. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. Thank you for your hard work. All right, hang on. So, you were playing the new Destiny expansion, right? Yeah, the Destiny 2 expansion. How's that going? I've never played Destiny 2, but I saw little bits and bobs of like the stream on Stumbler, and it looks like it's a very cool shooter game. But yeah, take a load off. Welcome to the stream, everyone. All right, what was I doing? Okay, right. Just a little bit more here. Okay, what is going on with the windows here? Like, it's weird that it feels weird a little bit that every window on this place has like those big old shutters, which, well, no, I guess that makes sense to some extent. But yeah, other than that, we did pretty good this time around, I think. Like, you can definitely tell what this is. I do wonder if using an even thinner pen might help me. I've been playing around with the idea, like, if I do end up making like a long form comic, what would be like the best style to do it in? And so far I'm leaning towards the idea of like using just a Milli pen. Yeah, I mean, it's a street. I am digging this house, honestly. Maria Mater, how's the stream going? We're doing pretty good. We watched a very cool YouTube video earlier, and we're mainly focusing on drawing backgrounds. What's this? Hotel La Riviera de Atitlán. Reservaciones 77620210. Huh. It sure was a YouTube video. It might have been one of the YouTube videos of all time, if we're being honest. It certainly was one of them. Yo! We got cows, guys. We got fucking bovines and shit. Wait. No, hang on. Yo? Hello? All right, we're drawing this place. I don't care what we had next. We're drawing this place. This is where Fortnite players drop out of. Wow, just like JoJo. All right. We actually got quite a few interesting things in here. Why does this place have like church windows? I'm gonna take a quick sip of water before we get started on this. Is it? Yeah. All right. First of all, let's get a shot from the back of the party bus. Very nice, with the double ladders and everything. I love it. But let's. ¿Tendrán helados pingüino? No. Movistar. Yeah, that's how you know this is South America. Fucking Movistar advertisements. Okay, this is a little sencito, but why are its windows so blue? How is it so square? Is it a second party bus back there? Dude, these little these little shopping marts are the best. But yeah, I don't think this place would have like helado pinguino. This building looks like it was just grabbed out of the city and stuck here. No way with the movie star building. Come on. Get a load of this. What are those? Okay, we got bananas, we got some apples. You guys want anything from the movie star shop? I think this might be a school here. Ampliación de escuela primaria Caserío Central. Yeah, that notice over there is like a notice of expansion of the school's territory. That would explain why there's so many corner shops. EOM Canton. The school grows in power. Man, the Western world needs more places like this, where it's just like one person taking care of like the entire store. I'm not talking like we need. Yeah, you gotta get a snacky, but like small stores like this that just have the most random snacks ever are like what the Western world needs. Like this, forget everything else. This is a sign of true civilization. Civilization needs these. Yeah, we need smaller stores that sell cheaper things and have employees who work less hours, and I'm not fucking kidding. Like with stores like that, like the thing that you don't understand is like with stores like that, like the guy that's selling you stuff. Like I love these two guys just like looking at the truck. Like I don't know how to put it. Like with stores like that, you like personally are on first name terms with like the guy there. Like, Don Pedro, el que corre la tienda Movistar down the street. And it's so cool because like it's just like chilling with your friend when you go to buy something, and it's nice. I mean, it's not like you can't do something like that in here, but like it's just easier. Like in a smaller group like that, it's just easier to get to know the people in there. And it's nice. It's certainly different. I don't imagine it's what everyone would prefer, right? Some people do just like not like interacting with people. Hell, I'm one of those people, but like even I kind of like miss it from time to time, Anyway, we're here to draw some backgrounds. Actually, no, in this case, we're just here to draw this pimped out bus. All right, let me start the timer. Okay. The type of corner store that somehow still has your favorite snack/drink that was discontinued a decade ago. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's exactly that kind of thing. Okay, big shapes. There was something like very sturdy about this. I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't know if it was just because like I grew up there in these kinds of places as if, with these kinds of buildings as a kid, but something about like just like brick, raw concrete building floors and whatever feels so sturdy and so much more comforting than anything like that I've run across in recent years. It feels weird to say it like that, but like when it's not. Hang on. I'm going to try and formulate a thought here. A dangerous process, and I'm not going to bullshit you. It might be lethal. But I think the reason that I find that like raw concrete buildings like that more comforting isn't because like I like brutalist architecture or some shit like that, but because it feels good to live in. So kind of like it feels like very clean because there's just not a whole lot of stuff to get messy, right? Like you have like wooden flooring, that doesn't, if you spill something on that, that's not great. But you have like concrete flooring or like linoleum or whatever, and that feels, I don't know how to put it. Maybe I'm just nostalgic for this time zone. I think that for this time in my life, I think that might have been it. That I just miss being in places like this because that's when my life was simpler. But this place is just full of nostalgia for me. Also, these dudes have like lightning bolts on their window wipers, which is fucking awesome. We need more cars like this as well. I don't know what this neighborhood is like, but they've got the right idea. All right, getting lost in the details. Lost in the details. Yeah, I was originally going to use GeoGuessr for this thing because I think GeoGuessr has like much. I think that's like the one that most people use, right? Like if they want to play that game where like they guess where they are on Earth, that's what they use. But I saw that one you had to sign up for, so I was just like, all right, my good old buddy Map Crunch it is. The bus deserves the detail, but unfortunately, timer. Yeah, no, exactly. This bad boy has earned every single detail on its body, but unfortunately, we are kind of on the clock here. Okay, there we go. Okay, over here. Yeah, GeoGuessr is neat, but it needs like a sign up and even paying for less restrictions nowadays. Ugh. Yeah, my buddy Raph has like this theory that like everything begins to like crap itself over time because like people try to monetize it. The encrappening. You only get like 5 minutes at a time for free? Ah, now that's bullshit. Straight up, that is some bullshit. Okay, big shapes, big shapes, big shapes. Go, go, go. We're probably in like 30 seconds left or so. I'm very proud of my internal clock. Like I usually have like a good sense of like what time it is, but that kind of falls away when I'm streaming. Oh. Okay, that's time. Oh, this is really bare bones. Okay, let's. You know what? I think what I think we should do is usually I end stream in like 30 minutes, right? But I think we can spend a little bit more time giving this specific area, for the nostalgia that it gave me. I think we can spend a little bit more time towards the end here, kind of just going more in depth with this one. We've seen what I can do on like a time limit. Let's see what we do when the time limit is off. Not to mention, that way we get to draw the sick-ass details on this bus. Hold up. Is the 7-Up sign on the school? And there's no way it's on the school, right? Hang on. That's going to be really bad. And okay, no, it's not on the school. It's just on a signpost that I didn't see. Thank God. Sponsored by... My education was sponsored by 7-Up. Yeah, Cool Spot himself handed you the diploma at your graduation. Your parents couldn't make it, but you know that deep in your heart that Professor Cool Spot will always be there for you. God, I kind of miss schools. I kind of miss it when every soft drink and everything needed a crappy mascot. That's why Japan has like the right idea on mascots and like local heroes and everything. We need more of that in the Western world. We need to start getting mascots for everything and like really crappy ones too. I'm talking like absolute bottom of the barrel crap tier mascots. Like, don't get me wrong, Cool Spot was a great guy, but we need bad mascots for everything. Lord knows the graphic designers could use the additional help. You know, when when we first talked about like the concept of like a local hero, if you don't know what a local hero is, I'm so here for more silly mascots. Yeah, exactly. Like we need them, right? The public clamors for them. The mug root beer pit bull's name is just Dog. Yeah, mug moment. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's just me, right? There was that one meme where it's like the bottle of water saying like, "Don't look at him, look at me." Like, sweetness is temporary, water is forever, and like it just keeps interrupting with different drinks. I don't know why, but I just imagine like the most like testosterone packed like guttural mug moment kind of like thing when like the mug root beer thing shows up. Root beer's good. I like it. I was the person who added the mug moment image to that post. Get out! I don't think I ever realized that. I should have known because like you have like all the mug paraphernalia on your starting soon screen, but like I feel like I should have realized that sooner. That's so funny. Do you realize the influence you've had on my psyche? Probably before we even like knew each other as streamers. That is so funny, honestly. That's the best. God. Hashtag. This is a certified mug moment. My word. Okay. Man, this really is just gonna be me giving love to this truck for a few 30 minutes or so, huh? I'm not complaining. This truck kicks ass. Let's see. This truck is what vehicle-based Super Sentai would have as their final mech. Yo, we need like a long-haul trucker Sentai. It would suck, but it would be really good as well. You know, we had I understand from what I've seen that we've had an entire Sentai based around trains. Why not like long range trucking? We're past due for it. Let's see. The helmets have visor caps. God, yeah, and the little mesh back on the helmet. It'd be like the El Misterio. Not okay. No, it wasn't Rey Misterio. Who was it? La Tiniebla or something like that, or Tiniebla. Yeah, there was a wrestler named Tiniebla who had a mask that. Hang on. Tiniebla mask. Yeah, there was a professional wrestler who had a mask that looked like this. Right. This front part was just a mesh, and you know underneath the mesh there was also like a lucha mask, so it would properly hide their face. I'm saying we have this situation, like this whole like mesh cap situation, on the back. right? And the visor and the helmets have visor caps properly. God, what would that even look like? Like, hang on. I'm morbidly fascinated by this concept now. This is the smallest possible canvas I could be working with. Let's see. Let's use a normal pen for this one. Okay, hang on. So, like... Truck Sentai, Halginger. Alright. Alright, now trucker hats have, like, the round rims. Google and trucker hat, one moment. Okay, here we go. Okay, no. Okay, some of them have rounded rims, some of them have flat caps. So I think for the purposes of this, what we can do is actually spice it up a little and have it be like almost triangular. All right, so we have that. I should do this on a separate layer. Okay, so like almost like a triangular shape. Nah, it would have to be like flat, right? Okay, maybe not too pronounced, right? Like maybe we have like a little something kind of happening around here at the edges. Trucker glasses. We need to know what trucker sunglasses look like. Okay, these are just normal sunglasses, so we can just do whatever for the visor. Wait, what about a... Okay, so what is a truck's windshield wiper? Hang on. Semi-truck profile. Here we go. That actually reminds me, it's been a minute since I played Truck Simulator. Not that that was like one of my go-to games or anything, but it has been a while. Okay, we need to avoid making this look like a PPE helmet. So I think like maybe... Okay, so we got like the mouthpiece right there. Maybe a little bit of a snout on the helmet too. Hmm. Okay, and then we have like a kind of opening back here. That's going to be like the mesh. All the villains would be notorious road bandits, and they're all like Mad Max inspired. Oh, that would whip so much ass, actually. Weirdly enough, this reminds me a little bit of like a Club Penguin penguin. I guess a trucker like this would probably make a better metal hero than an actual Sentai. Something like that, I guess. Anyway, this isn't the main thing that we're doing today. We're getting sidetracked, as we're wont to do. Yeah. I've been like part of the announcements, right? Like the announcement that I'm going to drop later this week. Yeah, more metal here, but even the B fighters got a mech eventually. Yeah. Yeah, living out of one of those like RV things would probably suck, but like it's got like a to me it's got like a weirdly romantic quality to it. You know, the fact that you can just kind of like go anywhere on on your house. There's this huge ass tuk like there's a okay, hang on. Tuk house. Like there is a thing, the Bajaj auto rickshaw. Yeah, this thing. I don't think it's like a commercial product. But I think that it was that somebody like modded it. But I think this is the coolest thing ever. It's basically like a little tuk tuk that somebody modified into a full on house, and I love this thing. It would suck to live in, but I love it. I don't know, tree houses like little mobile homes like that. I love them. I love the concept of them. I love them in theory. It looks like a strong wind could topple it open over. Yeah, but at the same time, it looks kind of cool. You'd have to make it very bottom heavy. That's true. Especially with that umbrella. Your ass would go flying Mary Poppins style into the distance. Okay, then over here. But yeah, I need to go. Huh. I was about to say, like, going back to that topic of like Andrew Loomis and everything. I was going to say that I need to go like find the audiobooks of it or something so I can listen to it while I'm working. But then I realized, first of all, that's not how studying should work, and second of all, it's a little bit hard to make do with an audiobook when the whole purpose of the thing is that you're listening and learning, right? Like I feel like there are worse subjects you could do audiobooks with to learn for other than like visual art, but I don't imagine the list is very long. Then again, I guess it is impossible with that attitude. Maybe I should go into it with an open mind and see if there is an audiobook. Yeah, that's the first. That's step one. First of all, see if there is an audiobook, and two, see if the audiobook is worth my time. And if podcasts are gonna giving out free Audible subscriptions, I can probably live off that crap for years if I just listen. If I just force myself to listen to 30 minutes of mediocre content. Most podcasts are just like fine, but there are some out there that really make you go like meh. Like they're not bad. They're just like meh. You know, they're not gonna get anywhere. They're trying their little hearts out. But even so, you're all you can go is like meh. You know, maybe you're not the target audience or anything, but like sometimes they really are just meh. Not offensive, not not offensive, not particularly like interesting, not like repulsive or anything, just mediocre. Honestly, I would take a mediocre podcast over an actively bad one. I cycle through every major podcast I listen to at least 3 or 4 times at my desk job. Oh my god, yeah. Oh dude, I used to listen to this one podcast called Dice Funk that was a D&D adventure podcast. Sometimes it's hard to find something good to listen to. Yeah. One that I used to listen to a couple podcasts. I used to listen to one called The Doll, which was like a American history podcast, but the show host started getting on my nerves a little bit too much, so I stopped listening to them. Dirty Old Ladies is one about webcomics, and I have massively enjoyed that one. Yeah, if you like webcomics, you should give the Dirty Old Ladies a try because like 2/3 of the hosts are people who were like there when major webcomic events happened, and it's so cool. Definitely listen to a lot more podcasts when I was trying to work regularly. Yeah, I was like in my podcast listening golden era when I used to listen to them every day eating food at the dining hall at my university. Yeah, that was like my golden age of podcast listening. I've never been able to get back there. Mainly because, like, you know, you listen and you eat. That's fine. That's not. Well, I guess I listen to it if I eat at work too. But like, you listen and you eat. That's doable. I do that all the time. I'm listening while eating. But like, if I'm working on something and I just tune out, I get so lost. You know how like like your parents only like watch part of the movie and like when they kind of like snap back into it because they're like, wait, what's happening? What's going on in the movie? And like you kind of like walk them through like what the past 30 or so minutes of like plot has been going on since they stopped paying attention. It's like that, but like I'm the guy who has to explain it to myself, so it's doubly annoying. I actually really like explaining, like when I'm watching movies with my parents, I actually love explaining the things that are going on because I can just like ad lib something funny in there. I'm not lying. I don't lie to them about like the plot, but I am basically like going like, yeah. So this guy, the guy went into the thing, and then it exploded, and they're like, okay, gotcha. That or I just straight up don't know either. They're like, I stopped paying attention. What happened in the movie? And I'm like, I also haven't been paying attention. Naps were invented to disorient you because they shift you to another reality. Yeah, I'll incorporate that into my belief system. But yeah, it is truly the best when neither you or your parents are paying attention because then you can both have a hearty chuckle about it and then just like reset the tape or whatever the hell you're doing. I was gonna try to do a thing where I can just like cross hatch this entire building back here, but nah. God, have you guys ever heard of a? I think I might have told this story before, but have you guys ever heard of a coffee nap? What it is that you drink a good thing of coffee right before you take a nap. Like you drink your coffee and then you immediately fucking tuck into bed. And the idea of it is that by the time you wake up from your nap, the coffee will hit in such a way that you also feel like the effects of the caffeine start up just as you exit your nap mode. So you don't have that kind of like groggy 30 minutes where you're like disoriented. You're like already on go time. It is a dangerous technique because I tried using it one time and I slept for like 5 hours by accident. I felt fresh as hell when I came out the other side, but I don't think that was because of the coffee. But yeah, I clocked out of reality for like 5 hours one time because of one of those coffee naps. And I'm like, all right, maybe we use these a bit more judiciously next time. You should try to avoid naps because of my insomnia. Makes it easier to fall asleep more naturally. I can feel that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm very glad that I just suck at falling asleep rather than I just have insomnia. Like for me, it really and truly is just a getting to sleep skill issue rather than outright insomnia. Because I get there, it just takes a minute. Yeah, sleep skill too low. Yeah, didn't spend enough grinding it. On an unrelated note, my Wikipedia article for 2 a.m. skills and is in the low 800. So if anybody wants to do the trivia raid with me, I'll happily take another extra. Naps just never felt good for me, so I try to avoid them in general. Just never ends well after. I found that like my optimal nap time, weirdly enough, is in like 20-minute chunks. Like I will nap for 20 minutes, and if I still feel tired after the 20 minutes, I'll keep going for another 20 minutes, and then I'll wake back up 20 minutes later, and then keep going after that, or stop if I don't feel tired anymore. It's probably like awful for me, but I just found it's what works because like it get like the 20 minutes is enough that you don't like fall into like a deep sleep and you don't get super disoriented after. But I still feel like very disoriented because of the fact that like 20 minutes has felt like an hour worth of sleep. Yeah, keeping it short like that also avoids me like having issues of like falling asleep later. Your internal battery is in 20 minutes chunks. Yeah. That's certainly one way to look at it. I hadn't thought of it that way before. Yeah. It's like in Chibi Robo. You guys remember Chibi Robo? I played the hell out of the game as a kid. I was very bad at it because I didn't understand. Like, I was 12 years old, and it's one of those games where it's like weird as hell and not very like, what do you call, intuitive. But in that game, you have like your little guy runs on like a battery timer, or like there's like time chunks towards the day, and if you like spend enough time in the day, it shifts towards night, and you can change it to be like 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You know, sometimes you want to go for the 5 minutes actually, because that way it changes time faster. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, it's 50 now. Oh god, I can't get anything done in 5 minutes. I need to buy the 15-minute timer now, and then I buy the 15-minute timer, and it's like, oh god, the day is too long. I need to go back to the 5-minute one. It's definitely like a push and pull like that. Game on that's been on the list to check out. Yeah, honestly, it's a lot of fun. Well, listen, I am trying to not self-depreciate it. Like, I know I do it on accident sometimes. I do it as a bit sometimes. It's something that I should avoid doing. I self-depreciate sometimes. It's not a great thing. But I will tell you with complete sincerity, this is an objective fact. I have awful taste in video games, and so I feel like uncomfortably being like recommended, like especially as a kid, I had awful taste in video games. So when I say like I had a whole lot of fun with that game as a kid, I need you to understand that endorsement has a big asterisk next to it. Not because the game is bad, but because I have dubious taste. Listen, this is what happens when you like get easily enticed by shovelware titles and don't know any better. The first good game. Well, no, I played a lot of good games. I had a GameCube, and that had a lot of good games. Like, I played Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door as a kid. That's a good ass game. But like, you know, others were more like hit and miss, and like I think I was vaguely aware of it at the time, but it didn't really click until later that you can finish a game, you can continue a game and like progress in it. That doesn't mean you're having fun. Like, it took me a long time to realize like what having fun in a video game felt like. And like, obviously, you're a kid. You want to play the games that your parents get you because like you can't buy games on your own. Every time a big animated movie came out, my parents made a point to get me the tie-in games, so I get that. Yeah. But yeah, like, you're a kid, you can't buy your own video games yet, so you try to like enjoy the most you can out of the video games you have. You don't have taste; you have possessions at that time. Now I have taste and an understanding of it, and an understanding of stuff. So that's like I'm much better off now. But like as a kid, I had like just absolute dog shit taste in video games. I'm sorry, 12-year-old Paps, but you had like zero taste in video games. You should be so grateful that you managed to pick up Portal for free that one time to understand what a good video game felt like. Yeah, I think that's the first time I like played I played a good video game was when I played like playing Portal 1. I'm not going to say was like a life-changing experience, but it did like set me down a path. That was like the gateway. Like, I learned that Portal, I think this must have been like 2009, 2010, early 2010s when this happened. So I was still in like late elementary, middle school. Yeah, definitely like late elementary school. And I saw I surfed the web because my brother had he told me about like 9gag and everything my brother did. So I was surfing the web and somebody was like, hey, you can get Portal for free, basically. I'm like, oh, word? So I got Portal. I downloaded Steam to get Portal. And I got Portal and I played Portal. And it was like such a different experience because I wasn't used to playing video games on the Well, no, that's not entirely true. I was somewhat used to playing video games on the computer, but like not like this, if that makes sense. If I can level with you, when I was Latin America has very lenient copyright laws in that there are gentlemen who will sell you discs in a bazaar, which may not have originally, originated from those discs' primary suppliers, and may in fact have been produced at a much lower cost than the original suppliers of that disc. And sometimes that same disc also has like 600 other games that were produced by different other suppliers that are also bundled in that disc. As an occasional thing, that definitely never happened to me. I've been a good boy my entire life. But yeah, basically, I think it must have been like a Neo Geo version of it, because I distinctly remember playing Echo the Dolphin on the computer as a child. Yeah, this is from an alternate timeline. I remember playing Echo the Dolphin as a child on a computer disk in an alternate universe that didn't happen. This is my Sona lore. This is in character. This is definitely not something that would happen to Pavs, a real life meat world person. Anyway, I think we've about done as much as we can for this thing. If we don't include like the posters and everything here. I remember playing like the Simpsons arcade game as well. I don't know. Like, I remember a lot of stuff being on a lot of discs as a child. Oh, here's one fun thing though. So I think like probably not the PlayStation. I imagine some of these were like just straight up ports of like very crappy games, but like I remember one time there was a promotion going around in my own country where they were selling like these cereal boxes, and instead of like, how you can get toys with a cereal box sometimes. Do people still do that? Do people still like put toys in cereal boxes? I hope they do. But yeah, get this. Instead of like having a normal toy, or I think it was part of like a local publication or something, but essentially instead of like a toy or anything coming with the cereal, I think it was like one of those things where like the cereal and the newspaper thing were both involved. I need to ask my parents because they definitely remember this phase of my life. Anyway, essentially the short of it was that we would get these discs with video games based on Disney properties. So the one that I remember the most, because it was the most like engaging to me, was the one for The Emperor's New Groove, where I am 80 to 90% sure that it was like a port of a Nintendo 64 game or PlayStation 1 game of it. Like, I am fairly certain. It was busted as hell, but I am almost entirely certain that it was a port of a game. That, or it was just like an actual PC game of that, but I don't know enough about like the Emperor's New Groove PC game lore to say that for sure. But yeah, that was wild. I remember that. Yeah, it's really funny because like, all right, so the publication was a subsidiary. Okay, so the publication that I remember this being related to was the one running the promotion, basically, was this subsidiary. So there was a newspaper called El Universo, the universe, right? And El Universo had a publication made specifically targeted towards children called Mi Mundo, which is my world. So it's like the universe and the world. And I thought that was always like super clever. That was super cute. All right. I think we're missing a few more details on the tree, but I think after that we can call it a night here. All right. Honestly, I'm kind of digging that. I'm not going to say this has been relaxing, but it has been like, I did enjoy my time doing this, weirdly enough. All right, let me head over to the just chatting screen and we can hop on over to somebody else's stream. See if anybody's still around. Oh yeah, I can also turn off my own music, thank goodness. Okay, who all is streaming? Oh, Corky's streaming that Persona game. So let's go and say hi. As always, thank you all very much for coming by. Thank you for the raid, Sepulchritude and Dala. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. On Saturday, I'll be playing Hypnospace Outlaw. So I'll see you all later. Bye.